Hello and welcome to You, Me, and ADHD. My name is Moriah Sumner. This is my part-time co-host, Sherlock the cat. He is very cuddly and I love him. I am here to chat about ADHD, specifically about ADHD in women and women at work. It is a completely different expectation and experience, and so I want to, share what I've learned about it, having it myself, and some tips and tricks that I've learned that make it a lot easier to manage day to day. General disclaimer about how ADHD might look different for you than it does for me, and how it's definitely important that you seek a accurate medical diagnosis so that you can get the best treatment that you have. With that said, here are a few things that I do that are actually a byproduct of my ADHD. 1, I like to pick at my fingernails or play with my hair. If my nail polish has chipped, I have to continue chipping it off. I also like to fidget and move around a lot. In case you can't tell, I will rearrange myself throughout these videos multiple times because that is what ADHD looks like for me. I will forget things if I don't write them down. If they're not in front of me. I used to have to write things on my hand so that I wouldn't forget them. Working overtime. I like to just get my heads down work done and power through it. And sometimes that means it's now 6, 7 o'clock at night. And I've lost track of time because I've gone into hyperfocus. I am a bit of a chatterbox. I've been told that my entire life. I got moved around a lot in school because I would constantly talk to people. I actually, in a job interview one time, interrupted the interviewer because he kept talking so slowly that I had to just finish his sentences for him so that we could get to the answer because I just wanted it to be sped up. I have also been told that I am incredibly sensitive, and sometimes I react poorly to situations where I don't feel great, and learning what that was and what caused it was really, really validating for me. Having a system for socks. For me, it has to be a very specific type of socks. It cannot be too loose, too tight. It cannot make my feet overly warm, but it has to keep them just warm. And there's a certain area on my ankle that it has to hit. And this is overstimulation, because when your clothes are uncomfortable, your brain will start to focus on that. And that is you being overstimulated. Avoiding repetitive tasks like doing the dishes or laundry or answering emails sometimes can be a repetitive task that I avoid. This is part of, avoidance cycle that's a byproduct of executive dysfunction, and that is something that's been a really big problem for me at work. And I know that a lot of my friends who have ADHD have also struggled with executive dysfunction, and I'm going to talk a lot about that one because of how deeply it can impact you. And then my favorite one is just my lovely resting bitch face. And if I am not focused on not having a resting bitch face, I just look like this all of the time. That is just who I am. So if you relate to any of this, please join me through this journey of sharing and learning more about ADHD, especially in women at work. I am here for you. It gets easier when you know what you're dealing with and you know how to treat it. So thanks. Bye.